Uh, Before I talk about this movie, The Cranes of Flying, I'll in fact talk a little about Russian cinema itself. In fact, Russian cinema, I tell you, were the first to start in the world, and they had the first film institute in 1908. And if you remember the silent era of the movies, that movie which he made in silent era is the grammar of movies, especially for editing or otherwise also. Despite having amazing talent within their country, from almost for 35 years, from 1920 onward, 35 onwards, to 52, 53, most of the movies they made are politically very non-controversial, or they were into propaganda movies. Fortunately, in 53, 54, when Stalin passed away and Khrushchev came, at that time he took one side that let us discourage personality cult, which sent a very good message then. How you see these movies like The Cranes of Flying and all the movies of Tarkovsky which he made, Ivan Shilud, Mirror, good number of movies. So that was a beautiful era of Russian filmmaking, 10 years. After 62, 63 again, it was different. So this was the most beautiful era of filmmaking in Russia, I'll say. This movie was really a surprise even for the Western people, because this movie was made in a manner with a message that any war is not won or lost. Everybody is on the loser side. And ultimately, whether there are no victors who come out of it. And that is the theme of this cinema as well. There's not much war scenes here. In fact, it's just a backdrop. It's more of a love story. And it's about the central characters going through the war period and going through the trials and tribulations when everything is tested. You do not know really from where your guilt begins or from where your strength starts, how you go through. And that is what this movie concentrates on. The movie director, Mikhail, I would like to share a little background about him. Mikhail was, his forefathers belonged to the Imperial Army of Russia. His uncles were in Imperial Army. Then he joined Communist Party. Then later on, he made propaganda movies also. Then he was posted as cultural attaché of Soviet Union in USA. So he saw that part of the world as well. And when in 50s he got this opportunity to make a movie, he really made an independent movie. And incidentally, his wife also was Italian. So he had seen that during that second war, he had a lot of families. He knew that it meant different things to different people. And in Russia also, he saw 20% population getting wiped off. So all that is really coming out of this movie. It won the Cannes award. That award was won only by this movie from Russia. And in fact, it was more praised in West outside Russia. Is because of Cannes award that people started knowing about him, started seeing his cinema, and then they noticed these things, and it was talked about a lot. There are few sequences where the camera work is out of the world, and I'll just mention one or two. When you see the movie, you will follow it. Her fiancé is drafted in the military, and he's joining the army. He goes to join at the assembly point, and somehow this girl is not able to meet her fiancé to say goodbye. And so she runs to that spot of assembly, and in that shot, a handheld camera was used to have kind of the other directors use deep focus, long shot photography. Here it was a running handheld camera which was used then. I mean, handheld camera you imagine in the 50s. And you'll see the effect, how powerful this impact is. It just follows almost a kilometer of run of that. And then there is a tower camera which has been used to end that shot. Is, I will say, one of the best shots taken in cinematographic history, which you'll watch. I'll not take much of time. Enjoy this movie. It's a beautiful movie.